I'm Susan Page, Washington Bureau Chief of USA Today, and this is Capitol Download. We're at the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee with the chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Congresswoman from Florida. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome, and welcome.
Thank you. Just a little over a mile from here is the Navy Yard, the scene of that terrible shooting this week. And in the wake of that, the conventional wisdom in town is that there is no possibility that gun laws will be enacted in the foreseeable future. Do you agree with that assessment? And if so, why is that true?
Well, sadly, I think it is true, particularly because we have almost exclusively Republicans who have ceded their decision-making on what's best for the country and what's best for preventing violence-related death from occurring to outside organizations, particularly the NRA.
Last year we had the Newtown shooting, and there was, I think, a sense then that there was an opening to do something, maybe to expand background checks. Why did that not happen?
Oh, I mean, plain and simple, it didn't happen because you have too many Republican members of Congress who refuse to support any common sense changes in the laws related to gun safety, refuse to support the simplest of background checks because these members are petrified of being challenged by the NRA and having their resources poured in against them in their re-election. They have essentially ceded their own vote on common sense gun safety laws to the NRA.
So let's talk about money. Are we headed toward a government shutdown?
You know, unfortunately, it appears that Republicans have decided that that's the direction that we're going to go. We appear to be hurtling towards government shutdown. Essentially, what the Republicans have done, they've been engaged in an internecine battle in a internal civil war, and the Tea Party has won. It's evident that we're headed for government shutdown, or a default. One or the other. It's kind of like deciding which car you're going to take. Republicans, led by John Boehner, are continuing to insist on anything we passing with 218 Republican votes. You know, if we could get to 218 votes in Congress, then I'm pretty confident that we could actually find a compromise and a way out of this. But because John Boehner has stopped leading and is letting the tail wag the dog with the Tea Party controlling the direction they go, unfortunately, they're willing to really jeopardize our already fragile economic recovery.
So who's in control of the House? Is it Speaker Boehner or not?
No, I mean, unfortunately, Speaker Boehner decided that it was more important to stay in power than it was to actually lead. And who's in charge of the House of Representatives right now is a hardcore group of Tea Party extremists.
Do you ever look at the job that Speaker Boehner have and feel a little sorry for him?
You know, I don't feel sorry for him. And I don't feel sorry for him because he signed up for this job.
The health care exchanges open up pretty quick on October 1st. Yeah. Are you concerned that, this big complicated program going into effect, that it may not work well, that it may become ammunition for those who have opposed the Affordable Care Act?
Oh, this isn't about politics. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I couldn't have more personally at stake in making sure that the Affordable Care Act is fully implemented as smoothly as possible. The idea that people like me don't have to worry about being dropped or denied coverage for our pre-existing condition is something that we need to fully embrace. Susan, one day I was the picture of health at 41 years old, and then the next day I found the lump and I had breast cancer. And that was out of the clear blue sky. And you just never know when a catastrophic illness is going to hit you. Having the confidence of a strong healthcare system that ensures that you can get the care that you need so that someone like me can be around for my children for every significant event in their lives, that peace of mind is absolutely critical, and it's the minimum of what we should give to Americans, and that's what Republicans want to deny.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, thanks so much for being with us on
so
Capitol
much.
Download.
Thanks, Susan.